Everybody, I'm Kandi, and you are getting all the juice and all the details from straightfromtheA.com.
Get ready, because you about to be an ATLien. ATLien.
Are y'all ready? Are y'all in here? Are y'all in here? Everybody's here. Everybody's here. If y'all can hear me, put an alien in the chat if y'all can hear me. Shout out to my squad. Oh my God, JB808 just blessed me and said, making my days with your lives. Thank you so much, JB808. Y'all already blessing me. Balance Harmony, they sent me the 25. Thank you so much for the super chats. Lisa Hubbs, Alicia Williams. I see y'all in here. Early birds, all the early birds. Welcome to my new member, Sharice McKenzie, Jack 1E1920 said, hey, Michelle and members, have a day off tomorrow. So you have my full attention. Okay. You got a day off, honey. You got a day off. Oh, there go Miss Robinson. Okay, I see y'all. Come on in. We got a lot to talk about. You know, you miss a day, you miss a lot, honey. The dang reunion trailer is out. Everybody is responding to the reunion trailer. And it's like, for what? What are y'all reuniting for? The season was a flop. We already know it was a flop. Everything that we talked about over here on this channel was more entertaining than the whole season 13, honey. We tired of hearing about Bolo. Bolo said he didn't sleep with Porsha. Porsha said she didn't sleep with Bolo. However, everybody wants to know what had happened in the room if y'all weren't sleeping together. We don't care. It is what it is, and everybody is still talking about it. Now, why am I so? Hold on. Let me see something. Hold on. I'm a little hat. Am I hat on hat? Oops, I'm a little low now. I don't care. Whatever. Thank you so much, Tori Adams. You see the people behind me. We got Porsha, we got Kandi, and we have Nene Leakes. For whatever the case may be, Nene Leakes wasn't even in season 13. I guess it's nighttime. It's not quite nighttime. But Nene Leakes wasn't even in season 13, but apparently they still talking about it. It's a whole bunch of drama going on about an article in a Vulture magazine, honey. Everybody spilling the tea. The Bravo executives spilling the tea. They talking about Kandi Burruss. They talking about this leaked text exchange that caused her and Porsha to fall out, that was filmed, that Bravo didn't release it. And it's like all of this is going on up under our nose, and y'all ain't even telling us what the deal is. Why y'all not telling us? Well, if you are members of the squad over here, y'all already know we've been talking about this for dang near 2 years now. 2 whole years. Let me turn off my phone because it's gonna be beeping. Y'all remember way back when Nene was talking about somebody was stopping her bags, honey, and we got that. We still have that video. Nene was talking about somebody was trying to stop her bags. That was in, let me see what the date is. February 28, 2019. So this was 2019. This was before season 12. In the midst of season 11, Nene had already started telling y'all it was something going on, something sneaky going on. She started talking about Kandi Cruz. She started talking about people stabbing her in the back. Then you had Kandi clapping back, talking about how to make a spin-off and, you know, trying to throw shade. But in the midst of throwing shade, she was telling on herself, honey, we've been talked about this. We've been talked about how they were calling Kandi Cruz, how there were several of her cast members in their feelings. But now I guess Bravo is responding, because, you know, apparently these text messages, these unreleased text messages, who, you know, it was only 3 people on the text message. I already told y'all who the 3 people was in the text exchange, and they had something to say about Kandi stabbing in the back by going to the executives. It was Marlo, it was Porsha, and it was Tanya. Now, everybody keep talking about these text messages leaked to the blogs and all of that. Where are the blogs at? Where they at? Did y'all see the text messages? Did I show y'all the text messages? Or did I read y'all the text messages? Because I may have showed my Patreon. I may have gave them a sneak peek, but I was very careful because I did not want nobody mad at me, because I be getting the tea and I don't be want nobody to say who gave you that, and then they start seeing who sent the text and all this stuff. No. I'm gonna read you the text. I'm gonna read you the text, but that's all I'm gonna do, honey. Well, apparently, I see it's 1,000 of y'all in here counting Facebook. Y'all go ahead and like this video, please, and thank you, and share it, because we got a little time. Apparently, this particular text exchange and the situation about Kandi going above everybody's head and stabbing them in the back, that is a bone of contention that may or may not have been brought up in the reunion. I don't know. I didn't watch the reunion. I haven't seen the reunion. The reunion hadn't even aired yet. However, there's this article, and we're going to talk about this article. It's called The Soul of Bravo. Now, I've been going back and forth with people for the past couple of days talking about this article. Do I want to talk about it? Do I not want to talk about it? Because basically the article is somewhat of damage control for Bravo. Now, here it is. We got the whole vulture. They got all these pictures of the ladies on the set of the reunion. So it's like they invited, a journalist to come on the set of the reunion. The photo by Landon Norderman. Who wrote this? Anna Peel wrote it. It said, The Soul of Bravo, a year of national reckonings on race and inequality has tested how the Real Housewives should be. So apparently, they doing damage control because they got, two of their big wigs already accusing them of, some racist activities, some backstabbing. They got Mariah Huq, who allegedly is involved in a lawsuit about them stealing her intellectual property. They got Nene Leakes, who's been complaining for years. And now, they got all of these ladies who, over the course of this season, we've been bringing up the fact of why the black ladies got to be exploited the way they have been exploited. We understand they're your top talent, but, they don't get the same treatment as these other ladies. It's like they have to play Survivor every year. They have to figure out who gonna stay, who gonna leave, what's gonna happen. They have to give more than the other ladies on other franchises who actually get paid a whole lot more. So it's a whole lot. Hold on, let me see what y'all saying in this chat. So meanwhile, he said damage control is correct. Like if y'all haven't read this article, definitely go read this article. It is a very long article, but what I thought was interesting, yes, the soul of Bravo, like Flop Soul. You know how they always use soul like Soul Train because they think we sitting up there with our fist in the air, like, yes, sock it to me. So. Y'all know I'm crazy. But yeah, so they use the soul of Bravo. The article basically starts out talking about everything but what is in the header picture. Like, how you gonna talk about the soul of Bravo? You talking about Southern Charm, you talking about OC, you talking about all these things just to get to the meat and potatoes of what we really want to know about, which is Kandi Cruz, and is Kandi really going above and over her castmates' backs and spilling the tea and telling stuff and like being the puppet master? Is there really an alliance out there that has formed that Bravo has making everybody look crazy? What is going on? So in the article, which is way down, you gotta scroll way down to the bottom, way down to the bottom. Like, they even admit, they said cast members across franchises employ various survival strategies for the day of reckoning. Cynthia Bailey says she tries to work through as many issues with fellow cast members as she can during the season in an effort to deliver the conflict necessary to drive the plot, but to avoid the reunion hot seats, which are directly to Cohen's right and left. Bailey says, I joke with Andy all the time, like, as long as I'm not sitting next to you, I know I'm giving what I need to be given, and I was on the right side of resolving it before we got here to the reunion. Bailey is usually in the middle of the couch, the ideal position for someone who does enough, but not too much. If you shun it to the end, you may soon find yourself without a seat on the sofa. If you are shunted to the end, you may soon find yourself without a seat on the sofa. Who, child, who is sitting where this year? Do y'all know who is sitting where this year? Have y'all paid attention to any of the reunion seat charts? Hold on, let me pull this up and see who is sitting where. Let me pull up all the pictures. Matter of fact, let me open them. Hold on. Open. Okay, let's see who is sitting where. Hold on. Share this file. All right, okay. Bam. Who is sitting where? Okay, so you got Cynthia on one end, Kenya and Cynthia over there. There go Andy. But who is sitting on the other side? Where the other pictures at? I don't think I even have them in. But the other side is Porsha, Drew, and Kandi. So Porsha, Drew, and Kandi is on the end. And Cynthia and Kenya and Cynthia is on the other side. So there are only 5 housewives. So the people who are on the end is Kandi and Cynthia. So Kandi and Cynthia are the highest paid. And y'all know we keep saying how Bravo be liking to cut the fat, honey. They cut from the top down. Kandi apparently, she got the whole thing going with the reunion being about the drama about Dungeon Gate, honey. Even though we not even talking about Dungeon Gate, it's a whole dungeon. They talking about they wanted it to be like Stripper Gate, but Kandi's sitting there with her stripper clothes on. So I'm like, are they making a fool out of Kandi? Y'all know every season they make a fool out of somebody. They made a fool out of Sheree with the chateau. They made a fool out of Phaedra with by calling her out on her lie. Who they making a fool of this year? I don't know. Is it Kandi? Did the executives go behind everybody's back and told Kandi to wear this outfit while everybody else had on their nice gowns and stuff? Is that what's going on? Is Kandi now not the favorite? Has Kandi's leverage become obsolete? Y'all let me know if Kandi's leverage is now obsolete, because I feel like she used that whole Dungeon Gate situation to keep Phaedra off the show. She used that whole Dungeon Gate situation to get leverage for her little spin-offs, her little one-offs. They weren't necessarily spin-offs, but she used her leverage to do that. She used her leverage to allow cameras into OLG Gang and Blaze while everybody else keep their businesses not being promoted on the show. She used all that leverage to get all these coins and all these opportunities from Bravo. She used her leverage to go behind everybody's back to send this letter, this alleged text, honey, to the executives asking for things that didn't necessarily benefit the cast. Now she used all her leverage. Now Bravo is like, I think we'd have paid you enough. I think we've paid you enough. Now she's in this Vulture article basically saying, no, I don't think Bravo is racist. No, I don't think, I've been treated fairly. What is going on? And look, they use this picture of Kandi in this damn article, child. They use this picture of Kandi in this article. And I'm like, Kandi, are they making fun of you, Kandi? Is this why you keep going live? Hold on, is this it right here? Is this why you keep going live telling us that, why do they use this picture? I'm just saying, is this why you going live telling us that Bravo let them use the ugly pictures, as if Bravo gotta tell y'all, tell you which pictures that they're going to use? Is this what's going on? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know in the chat. Is Kandi in danger? Is Kandi in danger? Y'all let me know. Michelle, she did Kandi ski trip, escape spin-off. She's still relevant. Okay. Kandi making moves for her own top exec position. She is leaving. Okay. I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Is this the perfect time to walk away? Y'all let me know. She didn't contribute much to this season. She didn't. She's making the most money and doing the least amount of work. She's asking for, all kind of benefits. They called her out about, the situation of, the dungeon being a issue and ruining her brand. But how is it ruining her brand when she is now benefiting off of it? Now she's taking the dungeon on the road. She's selling her sex toys. She got the dungeon, she brought the dungeon to Stripper Gate. How is it ruining her brand when she has turned lemons into lemonade? Y'all tell me. And then, y'all keep telling me Phaedra coming back. We know Phaedra coming back, honey. I told y'all this season Phaedra was not coming back. Kandi was adamant. As long as I'm there, Phaedra is not coming back, honey. If Phaedra ever come back, I'm gone. Now all of a sudden, Bravo is bringing Phaedra back to watch what happens live after how many years she been gone. They haven't mentioned Phaedra's name, honey. Now all of a sudden, they want her to sit up there with Andy and chit chat and Kiki. What's going on? Are they doing this as shade to Kandi? Meanwhile, Kandi can't say they treated her unfairly because she did a whole interview with this article and said there's no racism at Bravo. What are you talking about? So even though her cohorts are saying that, they treat Black people differently, they have got Kandi on the record, honey. They got Kandi on the record. They got Kandi Cruz on the record. In this article, it goes on to say so much, honey. We talk, all the text that we talked about, but everybody's making a big deal of it because now they're saying that they actually addressed each other about these texts, these leaked texts that leaked out to the blogs. And, Nene was involved in the conversation. Now, I'm trying to find it because, this article is long as hell. It said... Jeez, Louise. Welcome to the dungeon, honey. Welcome to the dungeon. In late March, Bravo reworked the sensitivity trainings, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's basically damage control. Here it is. Burruss. Popular long-running cast members enjoy the influence of their status entails extending to the corporate level. In the summer of 2020, Bravo planned to stream conversations about race and racism on the network's website and on Instagram. When Kandi Burruss heard about the idea, she wrote an email to Levine saying there were some changes she would like to see at the network, starting with the idea that any specials about racism should air on TV in prime time and feature popular cast members such as herself. We always say Bravo celebrities, Burruss says. Those are our friends in our heads. So what I was saying to Sherry is if people have the opportunity to hear their friends in their heads say, yeah, we even deal with these situations, then it'll help them look at it differently. The result was a televised special Race in America, a movement, not a moment, blah, 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 blah. Now, in these text messages, I'm trying to hold off and talk about this after we see what Porsha have to say. But in her text messages, that's not what she said. She didn't say anything about, she saw that they were going to do it and she suggested changes. She told the ladies that she wanted a show and that she wanted them to hire Black production company to do it. So there's a lot of things that she left out in this article, but Porsha says she's going to respond to it. That is why we're here, and that is why I'm early. Now, I don't know when Porsha gonna respond to it. I don't know if she's just gonna, pull the okie doke and tell us, hey, I'm responding to this, and then don't. However, if she doesn't, I got the text, and I'm gonna read them to you yet again. Yet again, I'm the only blog with them, unless another blog get them today. We talked about them a long time ago. Like, here it is right here. Porsha said, I need to speak on it. We'll be doing a live later today about something I have been avoiding. However, we need to talk about it. Stay tuned. And so I don't know if Porsha is going to address what was said in this Vulture article, because it did bring her up extensively. It did talk about how Marlo, Porsha, and Tanya, who were the three in the text thread that I mentioned to you last summer, were at odds about, over what Kandi did. So I don't know. What do y'all think is going to happen? Yes, Porsha going live at 8. And if she goes live at 8, we're going to watch it right here. It's almost 8. Well, we gonna watch it. I can pull it up. Y'all don't think I can pull up Porsha's live? Y'all let me know. Look, here we go. Look, I can pull it up and we can watch it while she live. You see this? You see this? You see this? So yes, she said she going live at 8. Well, we right here. My notification is set. Let me know when she come on so we can tune in. Y'all let me know. Let me see what else y'all got to say. Let me see. Why would I send my text to somebody else, Linda? Why would I? Look, I'll put you in timeout for that. Why would I send my text to somebody else? Honey, this is where you get the tea from over here. Them other people just regurgitating what they read. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. Everybody else telling you what they read. Anywho, it's interesting that in that article, I'm going to read some more of it if I can find it, honey. It's so long. It's so long. Let me see. Hold on. Where is it? She said, I want to read the part where she was talking about the text message. Oh, child. Here it is. So she wrote a letter. She wrote a letter to Levine. She said Burruss's letter to Levine had other action items. There were many Black crew members on Bravo shows, but Bravo didn't work with any Black-owned production companies until Levine hired the company that produced Race in America. Levine says there now are multiple series in development from production companies with BIPOC. Does that mean Black or people of color owners? Burruss asked that Bravo internship spots be set aside from students from historically Black colleges and universities. Levine says that NBC has expanded the size of its outreach program to increase diversity. Not any of the people that I've had any experience with at Bravo are racist or come off as racist to me. That's what Kandi said. Nobody at Bravo is racist or comes off as racist to her. Now, do you think that that's going to come back to bite Kandi or no? Do you think if all these people are accusing Bravo of racism, now she's saying that nobody is racist? I'm confused. But if you don't have enough African Americans around you that are also in your ear saying, oh, this will be a great idea, you're just not informed. So Burruss asked Levine to recruit and hire more Black executives. NBC Universal had recently unveiled a restructuring that it says elevated Black talent within the company. Burruss shared the contents of the letter with her castmates. Now, the question is, why would she do that unless they had already decided to go to executives together, but Burruss went ahead and did it on her own? Y'all explain that to me. Y'all explain it to me. Why would she share this letter that, she's doing so much good in the hood? Why would she choose to share the letter unless they had already decided to go to them as a group? And then Kandi went to them on her own and said, well, I've already spoken for you guys. Here is what I said. Anywho, Burruss shared the contents of the letter, including Williams, Tanya Sam, and Marlo Hampton. Now, it is this particular sentence right here that kind of got me, because I'm like, why, if you say she's sharing it with these people, why would you call these 3 people out unless they had a problem with it? But it doesn't say in here that they had a problem with it. It's just interesting. She also discussed with former co-star Nene Leakes, who in the fall of 2020 accused Cohen and the network of racism before announcing she would be leaving the show. Now, Nene accused them in February of 2019, which I told you earlier in this show. I actually have the receipts for that as well. She started talking about someone was blocking her bag. She talked about someone with blue eyes, Yeah, she talked about a lot of things. And Kandi tried to, clap back saying it was her. And everybody was like, Kandi, how you trying to clap back at Nene when Nene said it was people with blue eyes? You ain't got no blue eyes, girl. She talking about white, somebody Caucasian. Anywho, It goes on to say, Burruss expected the other women to be pleased, but in a separate exchange over text message, they expressed annoyance that Burruss had gone to Levine without telling them. Now, why would they express annoyance if Burruss had not have been told that they all were going together? Burruss doesn't understand why a private professional correspondence needed to be run past her castmates and was particularly bothered that Williams was not supportive. They say they were upset because I did not include them, but we all have our way that we're helping with the movement. Now, this little article, if y'all, it's so funny that people just believe whatever they read, because it's so funny when it says Burruss didn't understand why a private professional correspondence needed to be run past her castmates. But then the beginning of the paragraph says Burruss shared the contents of her letter with her castmates as if she did it on her own. Make it make sense. Like, did she do it on her own, or did she do it because she thought that she had to, because they had already said that they were going to, to the executives? Make it make sense, y'all. I'm just stalling, waiting for Porsha to go live. Hold on, let me see. It's 8:00. Is she live yet, y'all? I don't see her being live yet. She's late. It's 7:59. Okay. So why share it? Exactly. Kandi was looking out for herself. Yes, it's 8:00. I just tuned in to Porsha. I don't see her live yet. Hold on, let me go look. Nope, she's not live yet. So y'all tell me when she live. I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna keep reading. Hold on. Where'd it go? So it also said the fight was leaked to the blogs. Now, what blog was it leaked to? Did y'all see the fight? Have y'all seen the fight? Did Straight from the A blog about it? Did B Snot blog about it? Did the Shade Room blog about it? When was it leaked to the blogs? I actually discussed it. I talked about you. I will definitely repeat the text. I want to see what Porsha has to say first, but I'm going to definitely read it. I'm going to read it. I don't need Bravo. I got Michelle. Okay. I love when Michelle being nosy. I do. I'm just be looking. I'm trying to see. Porsha live. Okay, hold on. Let me put it in here. Hold on. Instagram.
Hello, good people. Hello. Hi. Welcome. So I'm just going to take a moment so that everyone who turned their notifications on can come on in the room and get settled, and there won't be anything left out. First, I want to just say thank you to everybody for clicking on setting your notification. Thank you for joining this live. And also, thank you for your love and support over the years, okay? You guys have been riding with me for quite a minute. I'm not going to take too long, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take too much of your time today. To be honest with you, I'm quite nervous to have this conversation with you. It's definitely something that I was trying to avoid. I didn't want to talk about. And not because of anything for me, just because there's a bigger picture. There's a bigger issue here that I just didn't want to touch upon or have exposed. But anyway, here we are. And I love you guys. Hello, I see you all in the comments. Thank you. I'm not necessarily going to be reading the comments or answering questions. I'm just going to talk to you and just kind of clear up some things that I felt need to be cleared up. So you guys know, on Housewives of Atlanta, we take part in a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? We have drama, we have ups and downs, we have family, we have relationship with the girls, and then we have other issues and causes that we bring to the show that mean a lot to us. And for me, on Real Housewives of Atlanta, bringing Black Lives Matter to the show has meant a lot to me, in a way that I just felt like our show needed to mirror what was happening in our real life. You know, a lot of people were dealing with the social injustice and seeing our Black people being killed. And I just felt like, well, that should be mirrored on a show that is called a reality show. It should actually show what we're going through. That would be the proper and responsible thing to do. So with that being said, that comes with a certain level of responsibility when you do something like that. And for me, you know, I know y'all have noticed this season, I really don't take a lot of part in the tweeting back and forth with the reads and the Instagram comments back and forth. Listen, it's hard because I'm human. And if someone's saying something about you, then you naturally want to easily respond to it in your phone. But I have really tried to just keep it on the show. That's where I get paid to do it. And I'm going to do it on the show. Okay. When I leave from filming, I have a whole lot of other life to live. I'm a mommy. I have a family. I have, you know, criminal justice work that I'm doing. And I have a whole career, other jobs, etc. Y'all know this, right? So why do I want to continue that type of negativity or drama or whatever? That's just my personal choice. I know that you guys love that a lot of the ladies tweet and, you know, get at each other and read each other. I enjoy it too. Okay. Have in the past. It's just been, for me this year, it just did not align with me needing to use my energy for other things. So I didn't take part in it. With that being said, there were still a lot of things that were being talked about that I felt I should have commented on, but I was like, I'm not going to comment on it. I'm not going to say anything. Okay. In particular, I'm talking about an article that I saw this morning that really, really, it really upset me. It really did. And it was disheartening to read. There's an article there's an article that was done on all of the Bravo celebrities and kind of, you know, opening that bell on Bravo. And they spoke with some of the cast members and they spoke with some of the Bravo execs. And they, you know, basically we're talking about, you know, things that you all don't know yet, right? So one of the conversations that was had into it, y'all know I talk a lot, talking about just get to it. Y'all know I like to talk, okay? And I need you to really understand what I'm saying. So this isn't a reedy conversation today. This isn't a rushed conversation, but I will get to the point. So anyway, in the article, Kandi and Kenya, I believe Kenya was the person who brought up in the article my involvement with Black Lives Matter. Okay. The article is vulture.com. Anyway, in the article, I'm sure you guys have seen online where Kenya, you know, she's been questioning my activism. She's been having some things to say. Her opinion, okay? All her opinion. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to please everyone. You know, everybody doesn't know your heart. I've never had a sit down conversation with her about why my efforts are what they are in concerning criminal justice and Black Lives Matter. So however she feels, it's cool with me. Honestly, it really is cool with me. The reason I'm bringing this up is because there are some things that are in this article that are said to be facts, and they are not facts. These same things have been repeated on Speak On It on Kandi's show. These same things have been repeated by Kenya on various outlets where they say there is a scene that was deleted, edited out, or not aired on Bravo because I asked for it to be taken out. Right? Now, we know that a lot of housewives, they have power over the years and they may be able to go and ask the heads to take something out, right? It is what it is. I have worked very hard to get to where I am in life. I've worked very hard on this show. And if I've gotten to a place where I can call the execs up and get something taken out, so be it, right? However, in this particular situation, the way that Kenya is putting it out there that I asked the Bravo execs to not play a scene of Kandi and I having an argument, having a fight, me dogging Kandi about her efforts is concerning Black Lives Matter is simply not true. What happened was, we're going to take it from the beginning. Nene, who was on our show, it's, at that last season, Nene was on the show. Y'all know who the cast is. Anyway, Nene was doing an article and she sent some private text messages to a particular blogger, and the blogger put out the text messages and they were received out of context. The text messages, the way the blogger put it out there was that that Kandi went behind the cast back and went to Bravo to try to get some programming done without telling us which blindsided us and which should make Kandi look bad. So Kandi got upset with that, and Kandi decided to confront me about it on Housewives. So the whole season has happened. I mean, the beginning of the season happened, and I had not seen any of the cast. This was my first scene with the cast, which was Todd's birthday. I walked into Todd's birthday, and I was told Kandi wanted to question me about something. And I said, okay, that's fine. I haven't done anything. Happy to answer any of her questions. As soon as I walked into the party, Kandi wanted to ask me about these texts. There are some texts out there that, you're talking about what I was trying to get done for Black Lives Matter, etc. We were having a decent conversation. It was nothing to be upset about. And I thought, okay, this is fine because I have the text messages to prove that I never dogged you out. I've been fully supportive of you, Kandi, in Black Lives Matter. And whatever you're doing for our people, I love it. I'm right here for you. So anyway, the scene continues. Kenya comes over. It turns into an argument. So at that moment, I decide, you know what? This isn't a good look. We as Black women should not be arguing on this show about Black Lives Matter. That is not what we need to do. I know we have done things in the past that other Black women have said, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. But to me, I register that as real life. If you have real life drama with a woman, you have real life drama. However, when it came to Black Lives Matter, I have a certain responsibility. All of us Black women on this show who are wanting to use our platform for these families who don't have the voice that we have. I have the opportunity. I'm not pressured to talk about Black Lives Matter on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I feel the responsibility, and it's an opportunity for me to speak for these families. It is something that is very connected to my spirit, and it is the way I show love to my people to speak up for them. So I am blessed to have this platform to speak about it. And so is Kandi and anyone else who wants to do so. So I did not want us to be on Real Housewives, even if it was just a misunderstanding, because clearly I have the text. Even if it could have been cleared up, I just didn't like the way it was going to come off. Because I don't have power over editing. Nobody does. So at the end of the day, if they decide to chop it up, or maybe it just didn't show right, and I didn't want the narrative to be out there that Black women on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, instead of being responsible, doing something for the community and being effective, instead we're on there arguing about what Kandi did or what Porsha didn't do or what Nene didn't do. Okay? So I went to Bravo. They decided, after I explained everything to them, that they've agreed, you know what? I don't think that will be a good look. That is not the purpose we want in showing the Black experience and what you guys are going through with Black Lives Matter. So they decided that they did not want to air that, period. And it was done. After that scene, I text Kandi and I said, I asked her, we had a conversation on the phone and then we text, right? And the whole point of me reaching out to her or her reaching out to me was so we could clear it up, right? Because what I didn't want was another person of such influence like Kandi, right? To think that I would dare not respect what she's doing for Black people, that I was trying to hinder it, that
She froze.
But this is the perfect opportunity for me to explain to you what actually happened, because I don't want you to think that anything messy was going on with your name at all. So this is me clearing it up with Kandi. So she went on to tell me what the texts were, that she was upset. It pissed her off. She said she was pissed off, honestly, because she didn't think that her reaching out to the network without telling us was, going to upset us. And I was there to let her know that it wasn't about you upsetting us. It was about the fact that we just simply wanted to do it as a collective. Because at that moment, we had not talked to anyone from the network whatsoever, and the world is going haywire, and we wanted our company to represent Black folks, period. That's what it was. So I explained to her what the text was. I repeated that, listen, I understand that you already sent in a request. I don't want to go behind you, because if I go behind you or any of us girls go and ask the same thing, now you got confusion. And anytime you're in a movement, everybody has to be speaking the same thing. And so when she told me that she had already reached out, we felt like, okay, fine, let's leave it alone. So then I told Nene, Marlo, and Tanya, I said, let's pivot. Since Kandi has already talked to the executives, let's just deal with getting money. Let's have them do a donation. That's it. Let's just have them do a donation, because we didn't want to undercut. We didn't want to send the same ask whatsoever. Someone said, I'm lost. What's this about? I guess you just joined. Anyway, this is about well, you can go back and look at the live later. But anyway, I sent her the text. So we're going to look at these texts. The reason why I am going through this, and this is the last time I will talk about it, the only time I will talk about it, is because now it's in an article, Food Vulture, that Bravo participated in, that Kandi and all the housewives and everybody, it's a big article, right? So it carries some weight, and it's said to be credible. And I want to make sure that the credibility is upheld. So I'm speaking and defending myself, which I should have the right to do. So anyway, these are the texts that I sent her that I talked about with Kandi. So I said to her, I was talking to Nene, and I said, I was talking to Nene, and I said, so because all of that, this is me saying that Kandi emailed, I wish we would have known what happened. I'm going to put all of these texts into my story after this live, so don't worry. I said, so because of that, which was because Kandi had already spoke to them, it is what it is. We're not upset about it because she did. Let's pivot so we can still be effective. I said, so because of that, I don't think it's going to go anywhere besides asking for a donation. Nene said, right. So then I said to her, I said, now there is no way to come to Bravo as a group. Everyone might as well send their own email. I said, anything program related would have been, anything program related, we would want True to produce, which is our production company, and pitch to Bravo, because we are Bravo talent. So you will go through True in order to pitch any programming to the network. So then I said, so for me, really, when we talk to the executives tomorrow, I said, I really think we should focus on asking for a donation ask. I said, as for the rest of the ladies, they can express what they want in their own. So we as a group, since Kandi, on her own right, she had the right to, went ahead and talked to them on her own. We as a group, the only way we're going to really be effective at this point is if we simply ask for a donation. So then I told her, I just kind of summarized what that text was with Nene. And I said to her, I'm not going to let the show make a mockery of BLM. I said, we have been doing great things and cannot let this overshadow our efforts. This is what I said to Kandi. She said to me, I didn't think it was about BLM. She said, I'm definitely not trying to make a mockery. She said, but I didn't think that's what was happening. So that's an opportunity for me to explain to her, Kandi, that no, This is a mockery. If we as black women are sitting on Bravo arguing about Black Lives Matter, you're absolutely making a mockery of us using our platform. And that's a bad thing.
Yeah, y'all gonna
And
put
it's
y'all
a terrible look. And it's not progressive. It's counterproductive. So then I sent her another text. I sent her that text that I just read you guys. And I sent another text. Okay. After I said that, Nene said, I feel the same. So then this is the part where so-called I was dogging her. Kenya keeps going on all these outlets. Now she's on Vulture saying that I want to look better. I want to be ahead of the movement. She said on Kandi Speak On It that I am trying to come at Kandi and all that I dogged Kandi out. I was talking crap about Kandi. This is what I said. I said, Nene said, I feel the same. I said, sad though. Damn, could have even great together. Of course, I meant could have been even great together. Nene said, very sad. After she said very sad, I said, but if any of you ladies want my individual support or on something, let me know. Nene said, okay, P. Nene never dog walked Kandi. I never spoke bad about Kandi. All we were saying, and I'll sum it all up, is that there was a misunderstanding between Kandi and I about a blogger who took something out of context. Kandi had gone on to the Bravo and spoke to them. Nene and I felt like, well, that's sad. We could have gone to Bravo together, but since this is where we are, let's pivot and just simply ask for a donation. Kandi's, what she wants are equitable opportunities for people. I'm more on the criminal justice side. So she wanted programming. She wanted to help get a seat at the table. And all of that is great. And to show you that I felt it was great, when she did her first show, I was on the show with her. You guys remember me on the panel for Black Lives Matter for Bravo. That was Kandi's show that I participated in. I have always supported her and will always support another Black woman in the movement in anything she's trying to do, whether it's on the business side, in the front line, or to policy. Either way, I'm going to support it. And I am held to a certain standard because of my position on Housewives, and I'm held to a certain responsibility to Black Lives Matter to be responsible. Do y'all remember when I, back in the day, said something crazy about, the Underground Railroad? That was irresponsible. That wasn't the way to use my platform. That was ignorant. And I decided over the years I was going to be better, period. And if I'm going to be better and I'm going to be effective, then I need to take responsibility for how I look, what I portray, how all of us Black women on Housewives portray ourselves in this moment. Because it's very important. You can't be asking white folks to change something. You can't be asking white folks to help you make something better, give you a seat at the table, and you acting an ass. So therefore, I did not want that to be on the show, whether it was true or not, whether it was a misunderstanding or not, whether I was right or wrong, which I happen to have been right. I did not want it on there. But Kenya Moore continues to go on every platform out. And the Bravo is telling her, do not talk about this. And she's using it to say, Porsha's trying to silence me from talking about a scene she had deleted. No, I didn't have a scene deleted for Porsha. Because what you don't understand, sweetheart, is that the movement is not about me as an individual at all. And that means, and you would understand that if you could sacrifice something for someone else. Anything I've ever done on and majority off camera is a sacrifice for someone else. If I care so much about who I was, my platform, my jobs, my businesses, then I would not be speaking out about something that white folks don't like. And that's not the case. I speak from my heart. I deal in my heart because it's in my blood. It's in my legacy. And I am only speaking on this now because there is an article out that is very disheartening to me. It is a pure lie, and I have to clear it up. If I want to continue to talk about things that mean something to me, I must clear things like this up. It is my responsibility. Because when I speak to you guys about anything Black Lives Matter, anything criminal justice, anything, I want you to know that I'm speaking of a place that I am informed and that I care and that I'm well connected and I am sincere. And I don't have to prove that to anybody. I didn't have to do this live. Many people told me don't do this live. They said, you know what? You don't got to talk to that. That's a very small part of an article. They talk about you great in the article. They say you're the fan favorite in the article. If that was the case, if I cared about that, I wouldn't be speaking now. Because the article speaks lovely of me. It speaks highly of Porsha as a talent on the show. But the reason I'm putting myself out there right now is because this is connected to Black Lives Matter and the Black woman on this show. I want me and Kandi, and if Kenya could get her mind right in the future, to be able to do something. Mainly Kandi. I respect her. I hate that this has been put out there. I hate that she didn't clear this up the way I'm clearing it up, because that would have also been helpful to this situation. If when Kenya was saying these things, you will also show that it was not anybody dogging you out. It wasn't negative. It was nothing like that. So again, my position is that I just want to be effective. I'm blessed to have this platform. I'm blessed that you people are on here right now listening to me. I am blessed to be able to put a voice for people who don't have a voice. I have access. I am able to have influence. If I were to use that just to talk about me, I wouldn't be talking about this. So please understand that if I'm quiet on little things here and there, reading this and that, anytime I speak on these girls, trust me, it's on a show that I'm paid to be on. If Dish asks me about them, I'm going to talk about it because I'm paid to be talking about it. If a chat room asks me, I'm paid to be talking about it. I don't do these little free interviews talking about these girls, but I'm doing this live absolutely free because this cause means something to me. Making sure it's understood that I would never tear down Kandi for what she's doing or what she's done means something to me. So to be clear, I'm sure you all got it. You can go back over the live. I won't keep repeating it. You guys weren't very friendly to me. You're like rushing me, but I just had to get this out so that because I'm not going to talk about it anymore. So for once and for all, it's out there, right? But now I want to talk about one more thing before I go. Since I do have almost 30,000 people in here, let me talk about what really matters to me. Let me take the focus away from what Kenya is trying to spew out there as negative on every single platform, and how Kandi, who is also, she's clearing it up. She's making sure it's known that she and I talked about it. But things like this, we got to make all the way clear, all the way clear. If you went and talked to the execs to get stuff done, get, programming that you're executive producer over, great. But as a cast of Black women on Bravo Network, we needed to figure out how to come together. And Nene called me and said, since you're friends with the other girls, see if you can get them together and we can make something happen. That's why there were two different chats, because Kenya and Nene weren't talking. But Nene said, I want to get everybody together. And we actually all got on a phone call and got something done as a collective, using our power and not just sitting on here, doing that. We were doing something that meant something. So I don't want no negative narrative out there about myself or Kandi. And Kenya, believe it or not, you're Black, honey. And anything that I'm doing, anything I'm speaking on, it could benefit you too. So you should try to be better. But I'm not going to address her anymore. Anyway, I'm going to round this out by letting you guys know, yes, I'm still active without the camera. It is what it is. I don't need no praises. It is what it is. We got to keep on moving. This is a movement. It is not for a moment. So we still got to keep on fighting. We still dying in the street daily. It's not over because you don't turn on CNN and you don't see thousands of people out in the street in different countries and something you can go be a part of. It's still happening. We still need to be active. We still need to be trying to find out what is that thing to stop us from being killed in the street. And for me, I wanted to turn our protests into policy. So I spoke with Ben and Jerry. I'm sure you guys know Ben and Jerry. They have the ice cream company. I know you guys enjoy it. And I spoke with them about how can I be effective? What are you guys working on? Because they have been very strategic in movement and things within the movement to get policies changed. And the main thing they're talking about right now is ending qualified immunity. Qualified immunity needs to be ended because that is what protects officers. When they go kill us in the street, when they harm us, when they assault us, when they abuse us, as they continue to hunt us down, these families of these victims don't have their day in court because of qualified immunity. That's an actual law out there that protects these officers. So you wonder why these families have to be crying on CNN and MSNBC and trying to do reports and on all of this. Because guess what? If I went out and harmed someone, I would be arrested immediately. I wouldn't have the option to resign. I'd be arrested immediately. And I would be charged. I would be indicted. The family will be able to sit in court and be able to get justice for their lost one. But because of qualified immunity, these officers are protected. They are actually in a bubble. So when you talk about protest, it's great for us to lift our voices and let them know that we're woke. But when it comes to policy and getting something changed law-wise that is written, we're talking about qualified immunity. And we need to get that taken out. We talk about the system. We want to imagine, we want to imagine a system that is defunded, etc. This is one of the pieces to the puzzle. New York has already ended qualified immunity. New Mexico has already ended qualified immunity. There's a couple other states that have ended it already. This can happen, guys. We can do this. You remember how helpless we felt during the pandemic, watching our dear brother George Floyd, God rest his soul, being killed? You know how helpless you felt when you saw Jacob being shot in the back? Or when you heard about Breonna Taylor and we had to be arrested time and time again. We had to march in the street. You didn't feel like anything was being done. You wanted to be active. You wanted to say, I don't want to be helpless. This is the time to get active. And I'm telling you, a big piece of the puzzle is qualified immunity. It has to end so that these cops can be arrested and indicted. It will force the DA to do their job. You talk about who can we get to be the DA? Well, what can they do if the officer is protected by qualified immunity? So what that means, New York, when they did have qualified immunity, the officer, you forget it. Forget it. The family can hire an attorney. They can set everything up. They can even try to, press charges criminally. Nothing would happen. And you wonder why all of these companies, you wonder why all these families are getting civil money. $27,000, $27 million, $12 million, etc. Only civil. That's part of justice. That's not whole justice. Whole justice is to have these cops be charged criminally. And what's stopping that for a lot of these states and halting these families' justice is qualified immunity. All right? I want you to look it up. And Ben and Jerry have actually put together a coalition called the Campaign to End Qualified Immunity. And that coalition is made up of athletes, actors, influencers, doctors, business professionals, etc. And they all have come together. Tom Brady has signed to get rid of qualified immunity. All of these people as a collective are fighting to get qualified immunity ended. Now, I spoke about a lot of powerful people, but you 19,000 people that are left, because the other ones are gone, because I'm no longer talking about housewife tea. You all that are left, you can make this happen. You can be just as powerful as anybody else. You have just as much influence as me sitting at home right now. And my 6 however many followers. You have just as much influence. Let's get active. Let's get informed. Let's be effective. Let's move protest to policy. Now, the website, so that all of you guys can get more information, is campaigntoendqualifiedimmunity.org. Campaigntoendqualifiedimmunity.org. Ben and Jerry has done all the work for you guys. Them and their coalition to campaign to end qualified immunity has done all the work. Everything you need to know how to put one foot in front of the other and get started is on that website. Campaigntoendqualifiedimmunity.org. If you're on this live and you came to get the RHOAT, if you came on and got a read from me or whatever, that's good. But make that extra step and go on. Thank you, sister. Hold on, let me tap. How do you? Go on Campaign to End Qualified Immunity and find out what you need to find out, okay? It doesn't matter who you are, okay? If you stand with Black Lives Matter and you care about these families and these people who are being shot down in the street, we just heard about. I can't even speak on what I saw today. I won't name what I saw today because I won't be able to finish. But get active, people. Go on to Campaign to End Qualified Immunity and let's hold these people accountable who are in office, okay? Let's just get it done. Let's get it done for Breonna Taylor. Let's get it done for everybody. Let's get it done for that young, I can't even say it. I posted in my story for this young man who was shot that I just saw the video today. But anyhow, I'm going to close this live. I love you guys and I appreciate you. And we're in this together. I hope that you guys got love from this conversation today and understanding, and the fact that this live was nothing but a way for me to fact check and clear things up so that we can move forward together. I'm hopeful to be working with Kandi. Love what she's doing for Black Lives Matter in the corporate world. It's amazing. This ain't about reading nobody. This ain't no show shit. If it was some show shit, it'd have been on the show. And I would have supported it being on the show. But it's not. This is a bigger purpose. It ain't about me whatsoever. Okay? It ain't about you either. It's about that young Black person who could be pulled over and their life in danger. And that's what it's about. I love you guys. Go on to campaign to end qualifiedimmunity.org and let's get active. Love you. You guys have a great, great weekend. Okay?
Where do I start? Okay, let me go ahead and read these text messages that she was talking about. Okay, let me just go ahead, because I ain't gonna wait for her to put them up when I already got them right here. First of all, I never took anything out of context, so I don't know if she's talking about me, if she's talking about someone else. I don't know who else had these texts, because I never gave the text to anyone. I basically teased about them, I spoke about them, and I talked about them on Instagram. on Patreon. So basically, the text that I have, that are not out of context. The girls were asking if, they wanted to get together and all go to executives because of NBC Universal offering that $100 million to end diversity. Okay. Kandi said, I already went. Basically, instead of, all of them going together, Kandi was like, well, I've already done it. Then she said, well, when they asked about what happened, she said, well, my call went well. They agreed to do a special about racism issues that are affecting us and having Black Bravo talent share their stories. Now, that is in direct conflict with what she said in the article, which was she had heard they were planning on doing it on a streaming platform, but she told them that they should do it on TV. On this, she said they agreed to do a special about racism issues that are affecting us and having Black Bravo talent share their stories. They didn't know exact details of the special yet, but they have agreed to hire a Black-owned production company to do it. They've already been in talks with one. So she continued in this text message. They will also add Clark ATL to the list of schools they do internship page programs with. I'm still getting more detail about that. And she said they are always looking to hire more Black people at the network. And it's not that they aren't trying. The new head of scheduling is a Black woman. That's a big deal to have a Black woman in that spot. She also says, in my email, I told them how we were not happy that there were no Black people on the crew for the Bravo shoot last year. I ain't gonna say no names. Blank said that she spoke to her staff to get more detail about what happened, and they confirmed what I said. She said it will never happen again. These were all the things I wrote about and had already discussed with her team, so I know she was sincere. Also, they may be reaching out to some of y'all in the next week or two about the special. Let's continue to work together to make change. So everybody on this chat was like, wow, Cynthia, this is amazing, Kandi. Eva, absolutely amazing. Well done, Kandi. Marlo, yay, Kandi King. It's a great start. Now we just need to stick together and be consistent until we have equality. Cynthia, yes, Marlo. Kandi said, Kandi King, haha, thanks, Marlo. Somebody else said King Bay, King Kandi. Then Porsha said, I'm gonna have to read this when I get home. So then in a separate text exchange, Porsha Williams, Marlon Hampton, Tanya Sam. Dang, Porsha said, dang, why you didn't say anything? Now, granted, I don't have what happened before. I don't have what happened after. Somebody must have said that they didn't like what Kandi said. Y'all talk about I'm trying to form a narrative. I'm not trying to form nothing. Tanya posted a meme and said, even if you're Black, but you trade on the likeness of us, it's your responsibility as well to educate. You got to tithe. You got to give back to that which is giving you everything that you have. So I don't know if that was shade to somebody else. Then Porsha said, hell yeah. If this is to really work, we would need to see exactly what Kandi's email said. So because of that, I don't think this will go anywhere besides asking for a donation. How did Michelle get these? I ain't gonna tell you why I get what I get. I get what I get. Now, she also says now there is no way to come to Bravo as a group because Kandi had already done it. So instead of stepping on Kandi's toes and making Kandi look like a liar, she was like, there's no way we can go behind Kandi's back and be like, well, this is not what we asked for. I understand it's all good to give back to the HBCU. I understand it's all good to, hire, Black crew members. However, we are independent contractors. We don't get breaks. The damn camera crew, they get breaks. They unionize. If they hurt, slip, and fall, they can go to the doctor because they got health insurance. Them as independent contractors being reality show stars, they don't even have their own health insurance. Sometimes they have to pay for their own glam. It's a lot of stuff that they could have asked for as a group, as a collective, instead of, this person make more money than this person, blah, blah, blah. They fighting. They trying to figure out who's going to survive next season. They could have done something collectively as a group to build the cast. That's my humble opinion. Now, Porsha says, now there is no way to come to Bravo as a group. Everyone might as well send their own email. Anything program related, we will want True to produce and pitch to Bravo because we are Bravo talent. So really tomorrow for me personally is just to ask for a donation. As for the rest, each lady can express what they want. So basically they was like, well, Kandi already asked for us as a group. Like, so I guess now we gonna have to go to them one by one. So I guess that's how Porsha got chat room. I guess that's how Marlo got her little, PSA put on, the Bravo site. I guess, and like she said, I guess it was Nene said, I feel the same. And then Porsha said, so sad though, damn, we could have been even great together. Then, somebody said, very sad. And then Porsha said, but if any of you ladies want my individual support on something, let me know. Somebody said, okay, P. This text exchange is between Porsha Williams, Marlo Hampton, and Tanya Sam. Now, look, I'm just here. I'm just here. I told y'all I didn't release the text. I didn't say nothing. And there's other receipts that I have of, last year when they, I talked about this on Patreon last year. So if you're not a member of my Patreon, go ahead and join the Patreon. We can talk about all kinds of stuff. But last year, before the reunion, in the midst of the pandemic, when they was trying to figure out how they were going to do the reunion virtually, everybody's doing it at home. They're going to film for like all day long. The ladies wanted to go to Bravo. This was before Black Lives Matter. This is before. The ladies wanted to go as a group to Bravo to ask them for, a stipend or something to help pay for their glam or to help pay for their food or their lunch or something, because they were paying all this stuff out of pocket. Normally when they're on set, if they all are on set, they get, their glam and all that stuff gets paid for. However, it's interesting that see, I ain't gonna tell y'all everything, but it's interesting that Kandi was the only person in the midst of all these women during that situation. They were like, okay, we're gonna ask for $1,500. $1,500 should be enough to pay for our glam, our wigs, our makeup, our food, all of that. That's just the minimum. And so Kandi was like, do you think we should be nickel and diming them? I mean, we make so much money. Do you think we should be nickel and diming them? That's just a thought. And people are like, it's the principle of the thing. We got to buy wigs. We got to pay for hair and makeup. Why wouldn't we go there? And so Kandi begrudgingly agreed, okay, I'll stand by y'all if y'all need me to. So there are some other issues within the group that they have always, looked at Kandi as somewhat of a step and fetch it, Uncle Tom, Terry Crews type of person. But, look, I don't work for Bravo. I ain't never worked for Bravo. I work for myself. I sit here and gossip and tell y'all what I know. I've been writing about them for 14 years now. And so, yeah, I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just letting y'all know. It is nobody trying to form no narratives to say that Kandi is the bad person. I'm reading from the text. And so if you're reading from this text, what other assessment can you come up with? Look, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Who is that? That's Tanya. I'm going to read where it says. Of course, I'm always down for an extra. This is Kandi. Because everybody was like, I think, blah, 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 blah. And we're going to follow up with a letter to solidify our points. Kandi, of course, I'm always down for an extra check, but I'm just wondering, are we being petty to make a fuss about 1K to 4K when doing these episodes makes us so much more than that? I mean, just a thought. I mean, Kandi, you making so much more than that. It's some of these ladies on here like LaToya Toyota ain't making but $1,000. That little extra will help her with her outfit and her wardrobe and her makeup. So because you can pay for it, don't mean that everybody else can. So it would be, prudent to go to the executives as a group. And so again, when Kandi went above and beyond after everybody had already been saying Kandi never wants to stick together, Kandi never wants to fight for us as a group, Kandi never wants to do this, she goes above and beyond after they already said we're going to them with an ask. We're going to ask for this, this, and this. Since they are donating $100 million towards ending inequality within NBC Universal, which Bravo is under their umbrella. Why, pray tell, when one of their most profitable reality show personas have to sit there and not have health care insurance, have to pay for their own health care, have to pay for their own glam, have to do all of this stuff when, they can, help us as a group. Like, I look. Right. Nene never lied. And in addition to that, for those people who think that it was about, hold on, let me go back. Nene stopping bags. Now, this was recorded in February 2020. February 2020. I'm gonna show it to you so you know. I had to search for it on YouTube. Hold on, a commercial.
This is the all new Ultra
Hold
Boost 21.
on. Y'all remember this video?
Oh, hi.
February 28th, 2019.
It's your girl, Nene. Yes. And I am backstage at the Real. With a cute little cheap outfit on. And I'm getting ready to co-host the Real, you guys. Oh my God, I live for my life. And you know what I gotta tell you guys? I'm starting my own YouTube channel. Jen, what we doing?
You're starting a YouTube channel.
Oh well, don't look like it. So it's the Nene Leakes show. That's one of the channels, and the other channel is the Life of Nene. And the Life of Nene is like right now, my life, what's happening in my life. Well, this thing was cricket and drove me nuts.
And what's the other channel?
Oh, the other channel is just like I'm going to be interviewing people. This is going to be a little bit more produced, sit down a little bit, that kind of way. But the Life of Nene is where you want to be, so that you can get it all raw, honey, all raw. Okay. So this is what that. This is Troy. He's a disaster. You know. He gets his
I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. I should have hold on, where is it? I should have put a timestamp.
sit down now. I'm serious when you end up in court, child. But no, seriously, there are people that try to stop you from working. So with all that being said, I didn't want to talk about the scripted series. I love television. I've had many opportunities to do a lot of things, and I know a certain someone that has reached out and tried to stop a lot of the things that I was trying to do. And
okay, y'all want me to go into Porsha's stories? Okay, I'm going to the stories. Hold on. How I get in the story? I better not be in no story. How I get in the story? Hold on. What'd that say? I'm in the story. How she got my video in the story? Hey, don't forget to send the video to Kandi. Okay, so Kandi sent her my video. Apparently the video that she was talking about us is very long. One of my fans sent me multiple clips that they screen recorded. I was told that Straight from the A talked about it on her Patreon. They don't know what Patreon is. On her Patreon and YouTube. Y'all told me Kandi was a member of Patreon, but it is clear that Nene screenshot our group text with everyone, as well as the separate group text with just y'all, and sent it to Straight from the A. She sent her text of mine before. Okay, Kandi is a Straight from the A fan. What this one say? She sent her text of mine before when we argued. So I'm not shocked that Nene has done this again, but I was surprised she sent y'all's text. Either way, I'm going to be honest and say that it pissed me off. To be clear, I never reached out to the network as if I was representing y'all. I was only speaking up for things that I wanted to see change. I didn't realize y'all had an issue with it. This is so small. The text stated, damn, I can't see. I can't see shit. The text stated that if you have already talked to them, if we were to ever approach them, we would have needed to know what exactly you said, so we don't either overstep or repeat a request. And as I continue to say, with that being said, we should just move forward with the ask of a donation instead. It was stating the fact of the matter, not talking crap about you in any way. She was alluding to it being more said. That's why I was asking y'all what was said. Overall, I didn't know what to think because, again, I never knew y'all disagreed in any way. Porsha, the only other thing said was just like I was telling you last night, that I felt we could have been stronger together. That's it. I mean, that's what we all was saying. And then Kandi said I was driving. Porsha said, it's okay. Glad you brought it up so I can clarify some things that came off messy. See, y'all be acting like people don't be watching my YouTube videos. Apparently, everybody watch it. And then Kandi said, I had already planned to have a convo with the network about the things I shared with y'all. It wasn't like I was trying to leave y'all out of something when I accomplished some of those things. I shared them with you. And everyone has been doing things individually. So not sure why this has turned negative. Overall, y'all can feel how y'all feel, but basically your feelings were used by the blogger to make me look bad, like I was trying to go behind your backs and do you dirty. How was that true when all of y'all got the text? I'm confused. How was I? Anyway, trying to make me look bad for trying to do something positive. That's what upset me. Lord. Y'all, I can't even see these messages. Can y'all see the messages? Lord, can y'all see? They so tiny. Right, the blogger. This is so tiny. I had to take off my glasses to see. How she expect anybody to see this shit? Hold on, I got a screenshot and blow this up. Hold on, let me do this, honey. Because this is a mess, honey. It's a shame and a scandal. How's she gonna put these little tiny messages in here? Crop done. Okay, there go the little. Let me make it big. Hold on. Bam, bam. Boop, boop, boop. Whew, damn. That's better. And then she put the exact text message in there again. Hold on, let me see if I can put the. Y'all, it's too much. Yes, it's all my fault. I don't work for Bravo. How is my fault, y'all? How is my fault? I'm just reading the text messages like everybody else. Hold on, let me see. Share screen. This last one. Yeah, and this is the text message that I read with y'all. Would need to see exactly what Kandi's email said. So because of that, I don't think this will go anywhere besides asking for a donation. Nene, right. Now there is no way to come to Bravo as a group. Everyone might have send their own email. Anything program related, we would want True to produce and pitch to Bravo because we are Bravo talent. So really tomorrow for me personally is just for a donation ask. As for the rest, each lady can express what they want. Isn't that just what I read to y'all before she released this? And then she says to Kandi, see, I was just redirecting and saying, let's not push it. Let's just do a donation, as well as if they want to still go to a network, go on their own. And that if they wanted me to, I would be there for them. I didn't want to bother anything that you may have had going on, been working on, and decided we should just let that part go and do a donation ask as the group. So look, Kandi was pissed off because they were pissed off that she went, outside, behind over their heads. Porsha trying to keep the peace because she still got to work with Kandi, and Nene on the other hand don't give a fuck. Nene is like, look, I got my own shit going on. It's clear Kandi got, Kandi doing what she do. And yeah, and Porsha is mad because she's stuck there having to play nice. Now, let me see what this one said. Hold on. She got 2 more emails in here. Crap. They tiny too, honey. Oh my God. Tiny. Bam. Crop it. Done. Let me put it in here. Y'all got me working tonight. I was supposed to be off by now. So this one says, same thing. I feel it. Oh, to go to Bravo as a group, everyone might as well send their own email, anything program. This is exactly what I just read, y'all. Anything program related, we want true to pretty, blah, blah, blah. So really tomorrow, Nene said, I feel the same. Porsha said, so sad though, damn, could have been even great together. Nene, very sad. Okay. But if any of you ladies want my individual support on something, let me know. Nene. Okay, P. Yeah. So what are you saying? Hold on. Is there another one? I think there's another one. Jeez. Corrupt. Done. I'm just mad they so tiny. Then I gotta put it right here. Okay. This one. And then at the bottom, I sent a funny meme, and that was it. Literally, no one was messy or bad-mouthed you in that text. Just want you to see it all. We got this. I refuse for us to be opposed in this. We are working hard for Black Lives Matter, and I value our work and want to keep focused on the positive. Porsha, why didn't you just call me? The things I was asking for: hire more Black execs, hire more Black-owned production companies, and do physical production, adding more spots specifically for Black students in their page program, etc. All are things specifically for Bravo to do. Truly's request was separate. I wasn't stopping y'all from being great. But again, like I told y'all, it wasn't about her asking all of those all of those issues. It was about them not going to them as a group and getting things that they needed. Like I told y'all. Okay, your production company, all they needed to do was stick together. Child, hold on, we got some more to read. Hold on. Nene is involved in a lawsuit. I ain't gonna bother her with this. She can come out if she wants to. She know my number. Hold on. Where's the other part? Let's see what else Porsha got on this damn story, child. There's one more. Oh no, that was it. But this one right here is killing me. This was the first one that she said, and I didn't zoom it in. But I'm like, y'all over there talking about me? Oh, y'all fans. Just like I expected. Let me put this in here. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. I'm tickled, y'all. I am really tickled. Hold on. Let me zoom in. Oh, it's one when I had the little balls on my head, and I was showing the Nene text. It looks like I was showing Nene's Twitter. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Don't forget to Kandi. Don't forget to send the video. And Kandi sent her my video. Look at that. And that was Nene saying we are powerful in numbers. That was Nene saying that. Oh, wow. Apparently the video, okay, is very long. Yeah, I do long videos because this video I'm doing right now, dang, an hour and a half. Child, y'all see they be talking about me over there. Why they be over there talking about me? I don't be doing that, but over here minding my business, okay? Minding my business. Exactly. When Nene was pissed off and tweeting. I understand the ladies' perspective on coming together as a team to speak with Bravo. There is strength in numbers always. So why is Kandi so pissed off and pulling her weight and going to Porsha and scaring Porsha like Porsha about to lose her job? Kandi like, I'm pissed off. What exactly did you say in those texts that would cause her to say those things about me in her video? She should have talked to them first and made their demands as a group. Right. There was nothing taken out of context. Absolutely, positively nothing. 3 3,600 in here. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? If y'all not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because clearly y'all missed a lot, because we talked about this last summer, and I'm tripping that they acting like it was a big explosive something, and that video probably ain't got but 50,000 views, child. That's it. Anywho, y'all want to talk about this? Do y'all want to call in? Put one in the chat if y'all want to call in. Let me know. I want to hear what y'all got to say, or not, or I should be done by now. You said let Nene call in. Why y'all keep asking? Look, I have to talk to her offline. I have to send her a little text message and see if she want to. But if she involved in a lawsuit, I ain't trying to get in the middle of no legal issues, honey, because clearly Bravo is doing damage control. Like I said, even with that damn Vulture article that's got all of Kandi's information in it. And while we talking, let's go ahead and talk about this Vulture article one more time, since we see the text that has caused so much of a ruckus that Porsha had to go live, and Kandi probably gonna do a speak on it. Hold on, let me go back to what it said. I'm gonna read exactly what this Vulture article said that was inaccurate, because it was really written by Kandi. Let me stop. It said Burruss' letter to Levine had other action items. We talked about that. But she said that she don't believe that Bravo is racist. Not any of the people that I have had any experience with Bravo are racist or come off as racist to me, Burruss says. But if you don't have enough African Americans around you that are in your ears saying, oh, this will be a great idea, you're just not informed. Burruss shared the contents of the letter with castmates, including Williams, Tanya Sam, and Marlo Hampton. She also discussed it with former co-star Nene Leakes, who in the fall of 2020 accused Cohen and the network of racism before announcing she would be leaving the show. Actually, she accused them of racism well before the fall of 2020. Burruss expected the other women to be pleased, but in a separate exchange over text messages, they expressed annoyance that Burruss had gone to Levine without telling them. Burruss didn't understand why a private professional correspondence needed to be run past her castmates, and was particularly bothered that Williams was not supportive. Now, why would it, like I said earlier in this live, why would she say in the beginning she shared the contents of the letter with castmates, but then say she don't understand why private personal correspondence needed to be run past the castmates? Didn't make any sense. Anyway, there's a quote from Kandi. It says, they say they were upset because I did not include them, but we all have our way that we're helping with the movement. The fight was leaked to the blogs. Suddenly, a nuanced disagreement about activism was being processed through reality show storylines. Burruss decided to confront Williams on camera. The exchange didn't air, but a different scene in which co-star Kenya Moore sniped that Williams was getting arrested for attention made the cut. In an interview, Moore reiterated her position, stating Porsha wanted to be the only one that was the face of the movement for TV purposes. Viewers and Moore's co-workers thought the dig was in poor taste. Porsha questioning whether Kenya's booty is real is to the fans funny shade, Bailey says. Kenya questioning Porsha's activism is a little more of a serious trigger. No one feels like it's funny to question that, whether it's a valid question or not. A senior Bravo staffer who asked not to be named saw it as a dispute about influence behind the scenes. A senior Bravo staffer, I wonder if that was Andy. Anyway, because they didn't name the person, said there are power plays and people sort of get collateral based on them having contact with executives. I think the different ways in which you assess your success being on a reality show evolve over time. People have different measuring sticks, and that may have become one of them. And then it says Porsha Williams declined to comment for this story. How much Bravo should intervene in intracast disputes involving race wasn't clear to the network during filming. The question of race and differences of ethnicities has never been as heightened as it is this past year. Child, blah, 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 blah. Bravo, we see you, Bravo. We see you. Exactly. It's not Portia's show. Portia got that as a consolation prize. That's why she stopped arguing about Kandi going over her head, because she got a show. Portia got a show. Marlo got her little PSA put out there. Everybody got what they wanted. And then, you got Tanya. Tanya just tiptoed her way on out of there, honey. They just tiptoed her way on out of there. Oh, I didn't even put the link in the chat. My bad, y'all. My bad. Here you go. Click the link to join. I want to hear what y'all have to say. I'll take a few calls before I head on out. This was a lot, honey. This was some hot tea. Oh my God. Why they gotta put me in the middle? I'm always inserting myself in something. They act like I be doing it on purpose. I ain't had nothing to do with none of this. Nothing to do with any of it. Miss D. Robinson said, when a dog is hit, they holler. You better tell him, Miss D. You better tell him. Where you go? There you go. Yes, Miss D. Apparently, Kandi was pissed. And she sent my video. Ooh, the nerve. The nerve. Well, hey, girl.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm on camera today.
I see
but
you.
I think that this whole thing is messy. I really truly think that some of the audience is definitely immature, because Porsha came to us as a wholehearted person, human being, not an extension of Real Housewives of Atlanta, but as a person who cares. So for everyone who's like, why is Porsha out there? Do we care? I'm like, she's talking about Black Lives Matter. It don't matter what's going on a fictional TV show, because that's what it is. It's just fictional. Everybody know reality TV is not real. So if we just separate the artist from the person, you get, hey, she's coming out there and she's speaking on the behalf of the ones who have no voice. She's speaking on the voiceless right now. So if we can all just, take heed to that and just worry about that. And the video she's talking about, that's heartbreaking. The officer claimed she mistook her service weapon for the taser and shot the young man. So I'm just like, how do you got stuff like that that's going on? Porsha got stuff behind the scenes that's going on. For people to think it's fake and it's a scene, oh my God, she's doing something. She's talking about it. What are you doing in your personal life? Are you talking about it? No. These people just got something smart to say, and they ain't doing nothing smart. But that's all I came to say. Well, I'm going to wash my hair. Good night. Bye, squad.
At least you got some edges, girl. You better work it. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Good night.
I had to show you the ring.
Okay.
But
congratulations.
Good night, you guys.
Good night. Ari, you muted.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, how you doing?
I took some notes because we had quite a bit of time to figure out what we wanted to say before we got here.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot, but you could kind of see what the truth was in the whole situation. And to be honest with you, last year was a lot, but NBC Universal has always had accusations of being racist within their structure.
Mm-hmm.
It's specifically Bravo. They had a lot of controversy pop up last year. Mm-hmm. And I fully believe that they use these women to create propaganda, false propaganda, to clean up their image. And don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, if there's something you can get out of it, then by all means, better yourself, move your self-interest ahead. But it's still a self-interest, all self-serving for everybody involved, including Porsha. But what I don't care for is this whole thing of we're doing this for the people. No, you're doing this for yourself. This has absolutely nothing to do with us. This has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. And it's annoying because at the end of the day, all of this starts because there are people who are dying, being killed, bleeding out on the street. We have mothers who are crying over their children's dead bodies in the streets. And y'all worried about a show. You worried about getting the producer's credit. That's not for us. That's not for the movement. Again, just be honest and say, you know what? I'm just going to use this situation to capitalize off of it. But don't sit here and make it seem as if you're doing this to better people. No.
Right. And what she said in that email, like on in the article, she made it seem like, oh, it was just coincidental that, they happened to be planning for this racism special, and she told them that she wanted to, get involved or whatever. But in the email that she sent to her castmates, she told them that she told them to put this racism special together, and that she thought it would be great for black owned production companies to be a part of it. So, and she happened to be the black owned production company, or at least one of them. So yeah, when you
Exactly.
say it's all about money, it is all about money, and that's so unfortunate. And I'm looking at Kandi, like I told y'all a long time ago, like I was team Kandi. Like I'm looking now, like I'm disappointed.
I have been explaining to people all day why the Terry Crews description of her was accurate. Because when the accusation came out, mind you, for those who don't remember, it wasn't even Gabrielle Union who put out what happened and what resulted in her getting fired from that show. But Terry Crews allowed himself to be used to go against the black women. And it's the same thing with Kandi. Like, you could have either said nothing or you could have said the truth. But you allowed the producers, the executives at Bravo, to say, oh, we know who's going to speak on our behalf. We're going to pick Kandi. Kandi's our fave. There's a reason why she's their fave. They don't care about y'all. Y'all are all little puppets. Y'all
But
are
is
all
she really their fave now? Because if you can see, like I was saying earlier in this stream, it seems like she's kind of lost her leverage now. Because remember, her leverage was the lie that Porsha had said about the dungeon and her, allegedly drugging and dragging her to the dungeon to, to have her way with her. I want to say the R word. But, it seems like now she's using that for financial gain. She's got dungeon tours. She's doing it on the show, doing the dungeon stripper gate. She's doing the dungeon on the reunion. They got her dressing like a mistress with a whip. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so how is this ruining your reputation? So now basically she's lost her leverage.
But I asked you this a couple days ago, and I said, do you think that Bravo has some type of an interest in allowing her to continue to promote her businesses as much as she does? And I think at some point there are going to be limitations to how much profit she can gain off of this show without them having a piece of the pie. Because yes, she might be loved by the producers, or she may be a fave, but don't nobody love you that much to continue to let them not make anything and gain anything from this situation.
Right.
But Terry Crews' description was accurate because at the end of the day, like, who gave you permission to speak on our behalf? And you didn't even communicate with us to figure out what it is that we even wanted. You can't just pull things out of thin air and say, oh, no, I did this for us. You can't do anything for me. And I'm just speaking on me personally, but I could totally understand, even if it was separate from the Black Lives Matter issue, you can't speak on anybody's behalf without their permission. Because these are all grown women. We talk about middle-aged women. Why they can't speak for themselves? But again, this whole thing is just self-serving, and it's just really annoying because everybody's acting like they're doing this for other people. It's like, no. Even with Porsha, I wholeheartedly believe that's funny. I wholeheartedly believe that ultimately Porsha does care about the movement. Porsha was very interested in using her celebrity to help the situation. I do think that she was moved by the story of George Floyd. I do think she was moved by the story of Breonna Taylor. But at the end of the day, as a cast member on the show, and these ladies horribly produced themselves on this show to the demise of it, I do think that she was like, this would be the great storyline. And that became the focus. And for all the fuss that she put up about the situation at hand, when she got her cut, when she got the Bravo chat room, she had nothing else to say about it until today.
Right.
Absolutely nothing. That's why I said the truth is
because the article made her look bad. That's the only reason. She was like, don't be putting me in the position with Nene and them. You know what I'm saying? And then she, they named Nene, Marlo, Tanya, and Porsha. You know what I'm saying, as being the ones opposed. So now she like, that ain't my alliance. Let me separate myself and let me tell them, I wasn't, going against the grain. That's what
everybody involved had an agenda. Kenya had an agenda. Kandi had an agenda. Porsha had an agenda. That's why I'm saying, like, the truth is obvious. It's clear as day. Like, for those who can't see the forest from the trees, then you might not notice it. But the truth is clear as day. It's all self-serving for every single one of them. So there is no, I'm team Porsha, I'm team Kandi, I'm team, like, no. It's, I'm team, people are dying in the streets. I'm team, it's people whose children are dead and they're crying about it years later. It's team, all this money is going to the Black Lives Matter movement and people are buying $1 million homes, and we can't even get no trauma therapy to help us get over this situation. I'm still scrubbing blood out of my driveway. I'm still fighting the case because I shot at the police when you killed my girlfriend while she was in her bed asleep. That's what team I'm on. There is no team in this situation because at the end of the day, all of them are making money.
You don't
off
find
of this situation.
I hate to say it because I kind of feel that way too. Like using it for entertainment value, like the way they did the first episode using George Floyd's imagery and voice of the man actually being killed. Like they showed that on the show as if that's gonna make more people tune in. And I didn't like that because it's like we already seen all that. You're using that imagery, wrong. And so I do believe
it's all traumatic. It's all traumatic. And this whole video, like I understand her wanting to explain herself, but ultimately at the end of the day, you talked around in circles and the root. And then how was Nene involved in this? I mean, I understand that she was in with the text, but how was this Nene's fault?
Right. And even when we read those texts, it was like you said, one word answers. Like, okay, girl. Oh, all right.
How is this your fault? I'm the blogger. And I'm like, not this being Michelle's fault too. Like, what is going on?
The blogger just read the text messages. What the blogger got to do with this?
Which member of the Candy Coded Clique is subscribed to Patreon? Somebody is subscribed. Wow. Somebody's paying their membership fees faithfully.
That's what I want to know.
Because they had all the tea. It's people who be in here every live that didn't get all this access.
They had all. That's why That's why I never put the text messages up. Never. I would read them, but I would never put them up. Y'all ain't gonna know where they came from. And like these, look, for Porsha's text messages, she sent a copy. You see Nene saying, "I feel the same, very sad." The one word answers, "Okay, P girl. Okay, girl."
With all of this, it still somehow is not their fault. It's everybody else who isn't involved's fault.
Right.
Even you.
Right.
You were there, Michelle. You did it. It was you.
It's my fault. She said, I talked about it on my Pantheon.
Yep. On the Pantheon. That's where it went down.
Yep. It goes down on the Pantheon. Y'all join my Pantheon. And you can get the tea too. We had it last summer, child. They just get into it because I wouldn't publicize it. I haven't wrote about it on the blog or nothing.
I will give her this though, and I'll just say this before I tip on out, but she wasn't lying about the qualified immunity. And for all of that, she actually did kind of make some sense in the end. The qualified immunity is a big deal. It does need to go. All of this does need to be changed with policy because we can do all the protests we want to, but if there's no policy enacted, then no progress is really going to happen. But yeah, they all just out here crabs in the barrel. That's what this whole situation is. It really is.
And it's like, why would you hit Porsha up? Like, now Porsha number 2, Kandi number 1. And it's like she hitting Porsha up like, you need to be on my side. You need to not do this. Like, I'm offended. Why didn't you tell me? Like, but you went over everybody's head. And like Porsha said, the only thing I did was tell everybody they need to go and ask what they got gonna ask. Because now it don't make no sense for us to all go together when you already did it.
And NBC is racist. That's not debatable at this point. Like, there's just been way too many accusations that have absolutely nothing. Nick Cannon told us years ago that NBC was racist. Like, it's nothing that can be argued at this point. But we want to sit here and clamor and stuff about, which housewife is the right one. It's like, no, none of them right. And at the end of the day, with all these shows and PSAs and everything, which one actually benefited people who should? Because Kandi still got her child, Porsha still got her child, Kenya still got her child.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't none of them lost a child. So who did it really help? That's the team I'm on. I want to know, how did it help anybody involved? But I'm gonna tip out. Thanks, Michelle.
I appreciate you, Ari. Hold on. What's up? A lot. Shout out to the blue hair.
Hey, Michelle. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Oh, I'm so pumped for this.
Here we go.
Because you know what? This basically, Porsha's live has confirmed everything that we discussed last year. Okay, everything. From Bravo being racist, okay, to you sending the text. Although I was so confused when she kept on saying the blogger put it out of context, and I was like, no, darling, exactly what you have said is exactly the context that we were given.
They know my
so
name.
there was no misunderstanding.
They know my name.
You know what I mean? There was no misunderstanding at all. I like Porsha, but I think she should have at least got that right, unless maybe it was her effort to try and support Kandi, because I found it really funny that she kept on pushing. If you notice, she kept on pushing the narrative of, I'm not trying to get in the way of what Kandi's trying to do with the Black Lives Matter movement. But when did Porsha become the spokesperson for Kandi and what Kandi's trying to do within the Black community and to do with Black Lives Matter? Doesn't Kandi have speak on it? She's got her own platform. She can openly talk about what activism she's doing, what she's doing to help the Black community, what she's doing to help the families of the slaves.
I mean, like she said, everybody's contribution to the movement is different. Her contribution to the movement was getting more Black people on as camera crews, getting more Black people jobs, which is a good thing. Getting more free labor from the colleges, from the HBCUs as interns in the PAGE program. And that was her contribution.
But I think the thing is, here's the thing as well, like, we said this even before they went and approached Bravo, right? We did discuss it within, the lives and stuff like that, saying that if they went collectively as a group towards Bravo, it would hold more strength. It would hold more strength in terms of really, really pushing NBC Universal to the corner to say, look, we are actually going to either boycott or we're going to strike or something, because there's no way that they would have done without those housewives, and it would have forced NBC to actually listen to them as a collective. And so what Kandi actually did was counterproductive, and it kind of borderline was almost bullying Porsha and saying, what did you say? What did you do? And it kind of almost mirrors the way Porsha is responding in her life, even if she was standing up for herself, right? To say, look, this is about BLM, they're trying to kind of mess up the narrative here and there. But the fact that she kept on taking up for Kandi and what Kandi's trying to do with BLM, for me, it did not make sense. And what I felt in the text exchange, it's like Kandi was trying to deflect on the fact that she did go behind these women's backs. She did go and do it as a way of self-serving and not as a way to try and bring more employment, etc. I'm sorry, but she was doing this for herself. She was not doing it for the women, even if that's the picture she's trying to paint. But she decided in the text to deflect by blaming it on the blogger, okay, and then blaming Nene for sending the text messages. What has that got to do with the fact that you did go behind these women's backs? At the end of the day, it doesn't negate the fact that you did that. It doesn't take it away, regardless of who leaked the text messages, private stuff to do with celebrities get leaked all the time. So this is not breaking news that this happened in the first place. The point of the matter is you went behind your friends' backs when you could have gone together as a collective. And she's saying she's not trying to stop them from being great. Actually, you inadvertently stopped these women from being great, because like Porsha said in the text, now we can't go collectively and actually say and put our demands forward, because it's not going to work.
Like Porsha kind of deflected from that and made it seem like, that's not what I said. They said it out of context.
I think partially because maybe she's still trying to hold on to her peach, because that part for me I found really confusing, because like you're saying one thing but at the same time you're kind of leaving, you know what I mean, a few loose ends. That didn't add up to me. It's like at the end of the day, if you're going to go on the live, right, and you're going to explain yourself, you're going to defend yourself fully, but also live in the truth that we all know to be the truth. Okay, the text messages are not lying, so why are you going to deflect from it? That part did not add up to me. It didn't make sense. I get it, and I applaud her for standing up in the sense that to say that she didn't want them to ridicule the Black Lives Matter movement by showing whatever scenes that they cut off, and that's fair enough. But I think she should have owned everything as it is, to be honest.
I agree. I think so.
She should have owned it. She shouldn't have allowed Kandi to deflect and try to blame Nene. Why are you trying to pull Nene into this for sending the text messages when the woman didn't even say anything bad about you in the said text messages? But you're going to have a bigger problem with the fact that the texts were leaked.
Well,
make it make sense, please. So it's just crazy to me, and then this reunion that's coming up in the trailer. It's just a joke. The whole thing is just pure jokes. I don't know what they're trying to do. So I don't understand. Like, so they've put Kandi 1, 2, 3 third. Did she want to be number one? It's like the more she wants to be number one, the more she gets pushed further at the back. What's going on?
But
I don't
even
understand.
in the article, it said that the people who sit on the end are on their last legs or something to that effect.
Do you think she's planning on leaving, or do you think that it's strategic for people to think that she might be leaving, or do you think she's got a deal in the works of some kind of EP role or something?
I mean, it may be strategic, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like Bravo, like I said, I don't feel like she has any more leverage. Now that she's been using the whole dungeon situation as, to profit off of it, I don't feel like now they have to appease her and give her any extras because someone lied on her about, the dungeon.
Yeah. I think they've given her everything she possibly could have, because I think I mentioned this in the Discord and Patreon, that if you notice, Kandi's been the only one who's managed to promote her business. She's promoted the bedroom Kandi stuff, the dungeon stuff, her restaurant, and yet we've hardly seen anything else promoted from the other ladies. You see what I mean? I feel like they've really paid her dues. They got rid of Phaedra, and so that benefited Kandi. They've allowed her to promote her business through and through and through nonstop. That has actually promoted Kandi. So she actually has come out of this winning through and through, all the way to the point where the whole reunion is a flipping dungeon.
Yeah.
So, maybe she's leaving. I don't know. Maybe they want us talking about it. Maybe, I don't know. But either way, like, I just don't trust Kandi. I just don't like her deflecting ways where she can see what she's done, and you're going to try and pick on the littlest thing to deflect on the big thing.
So what do you feel
that she's done
about them having Phaedra on Watch What Happens Live next week?
That's bizarre. Sorry, I'm choking. That's bizarre. Do you think they're? I think maybe they're looking into bringing her back, because they're like, Kandi, you've done everything. The audience have decided you're still boring, so we kind of need Phaedra to kind of give you some spice back, because she's got nobody to have a kind of combat with on the show. She literally has no one. She tried to bring in the child's father in. How did that go? It literally, nobody even remembers the block situation, right?
Like Kandi
was
has
dry as
no
paint
drama at all. And then, like, how would it justify what she's getting paid at this point?
She's not working for what, she's no longer worth the money that they're paying her, because she's benefiting financially from her businesses and stuff like that. But in terms of entertainment on TV, she's not bringing it the way they I think would like her to bring it. And I think the ratings say it all.
And the same thing with Cynthia. Like, they're the two highest paid, and they brought the least this season.
Pretty much. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, Michelle, let me not keep you any longer. I was just really pumped about it. I was like, oh, we said this. Oh, we said this. Oh.
Right. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for calling.
I appreciate you too, Michelle. Oh, have a good night. I'll go back in the chat.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Hold on, y'all. I didn't want to be on all night. Let me take a few more. Hey, Nikki.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
You the GOAT, Michelle. You got all these girls in a frenzy. You the GOAT.
Is that what it is? I didn't even release the text, though.
I know. But obviously, this is damage control. I did read bits and pieces of the article. And yeah, it did kind of make Porsha look a little, a little bad. Obviously, it came from Kandi, and even Kenya. She gave her 2 cents and all of that. My thing is, and you said this in the beginning of the season, you did not like how they were kind of using the movement as storyline. And you didn't like that they were putting it on the show. And I was just like, okay, it's good to use your platform, right? I don't like how it has now come to this, where the other one, she's using her mouthpiece, Kenya, to say negative things about Porsha. And now, Porsha has to speak up. We all know that Kandi is for Kandi only. Okay? As you said, she has been leveraging the situation, what happened in season 9 for years. She's been milking the cow ever since to get specials, spinoffs, this, that. She's made money off of the dungeon. I mean, they're having dungeon style reunion sets. Like, this is just, she's obviously made lemons out of lemonade. But Porsha, I feel like, okay, maybe at the time she was like, okay, why did she go behind our backs and whatever. Obviously, Kandi, she's going to do what's beneficial to her. Obviously, she wanted maybe her production team to produce shows and to do this and to do that. But my question is, just because they had a special on Bravo, what is that going to change in real life? Like, what is that? You know what I mean? Just because they had, like, I think it was 2 specials on Bravo. What was it called? Not a moment. This is a movement or whatever on Bravo. Like, what is that gonna do in real life?
Nothing. My thing is, we lived it. So, like, who are these specials for? Because I don't need to see no special on racism. We walk it. We see it every day.
Exactly. And then Porsha got chat room, but at the end of the day, and it's what Porsha said on her live. She said, "You're trying to get a seat at the table. You're trying to get production deals. You're trying to this. You're trying to that. I'm actually out here in the streets doing what needs to be done." Did you see Kandi protesting this summer? I mean, last summer?
No.
Did you see Kenya
not.
out there?
No,
because she's trying to use the situation to, obviously, as you said, she already leveraged the whole what happened in season 9 with Phaedra. Now maybe I've been saying it too. She's milked that cow ever since. Now maybe, they're over her. They're like, okay, you're the highest paid. You got all of these things going on. We don't want to deal with you no more. So now she used the situation to, get ahead. And Porsha, I love the fact that, she spoke up for herself and she posted all of her screenshots and all of that. But it's just sad how they have all these girls doing all of this when, it's sad. It really is sad.
Well, I appreciate you, Mickey, for calling in.
Thank you, Michelle.
All right, thank you. All right, you guys, look, I know it's a whole bunch of y'all back here waiting. Let me see. I'm scared. I don't know who to take. Let me see. Let me take a new person. Miss Fudge Dumpling.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so fine, Miss Michelle. Love, enjoy. So, oh my goodness.
Oh, thank you for coming on camera.
Yes, I was thinking about it, but I don't mind. So, I just wanted to, I guess basically the thing about this whole season was it felt like they doing the same thing to Porsha that they tried to do to Monique on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
And what's that?
You know how it's like they tried their best to gaslight Monique like hard, even with the rumors about her baby and all that. The only difference is they're using Porsha's protesting against her. They're trying to use it against her, and I don't think it's gonna work.
Oh, okay.
That's just me.
I'm not a Potomac fan, so I can't really speak on that. But I mean,
I understand because they are them trash. But the text messages they were just saying it's a whole petty situation, and it's like Bravo just sitting back and they just weaving they little puppet, they string, sitting there watching these black women act like this every week. We just sitting there watching them weave their little webs of them fighting about this, and this. I wish we could get a show where the women are actually doing something about, we actually seeing all of them come together and do a whole season about the Black Lives Matter. This whole season that this been on, we've been hearing about Bolo and all that, but yet it's still people, you know what I'm saying? They died. The police still killing people. I wish we could have actually had something more of that nature, more of a collaboration with them women, more of teamwork, sisterhood, unity. I'm so tired of seeing this bickering. It's aggravating. It's exhausting.
Yeah, you're right. And they chose to use Bolo as a storyline for the entire season.
And you know what? I don't think that really happened. I personally
think
that was
so
for. I think that was
Bolo
editing.
went public and said it didn't happen. Porsha said it didn't happen. I think Porsha, honestly, I said it from the beginning of the season. She just doing her job and keeping the storyline going. And
that's it.
All honesty, she doesn't have to confirm or deny it because what difference does it make? So because she hasn't confirmed or denied it, people just gonna run with yes, it's true. No,
That's a grown woman.
That means she's not going to confirm it or she's not going to deny it.
Exactly. I've been telling people when they first showed the previews for the season, I said it from the gate. This did not happen. This is editing to keep a storyline going because they didn't have nothing else to talk about on this show. That was it. I wish Porsha would leave. I think she, has done all she can on this show. And I think her career could elevate if she actually left that reality TV alone.
Yeah, I agree.
But that was just my opinion.
I appreciate you, Miss Fudge Dumpling, for calling in tonight.
Thank you so much for accepting my call.
Oh,
y'all take care and be blessed.
All right, you too.
Bye.
I know it's a bunch of people in the bed, and I'm sorry. I wish I could take each and every one of y'all, but I've been on for 2 hours, and I'm gonna head over to my friend's channel, see what they doing over there, over on Binge Worthy. I guess he live. I don't know. Shout out to Nadine Farmer, Gloria B. Daniels, and JB808. I don't know where Vanjie is, and even if she don't give to me, I just want to know that she's okay. And I haven't talked to her in a minute, but y'all send some love for Vanjie. I know she wasn't feeling well the last time I talked to her a couple of days ago. But anyway, you guys, this live was lengthy. We got a whole bunch of tea. Rewind to the beginning if you missed it. If you're just getting here, thank you for watching. Like this video. Also subscribe if you are not subscribed. And if you want to hear like a whole lot of extra behind the scenes stuff, come over to my Patreon. But what did Kandi call it? A pandemic. Did Kandi call it she called it a Pantheon. Come over to my Pantheon, like Kandi said, and it's only $5, and you will hear the other stuff because Kandi is a card carrier member. Kandi might be a $50 member, honey. Who knows? I might be on Patreon a little later. I'm gonna peruse the Instawebs. Anyway, thank y'all for joining. Don't forget, like this video, subscribe, and all of that. I'm out of here because this is just a mess, child. This whole evening has child.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I am your girl Kandi, hanging out with Straight from the A. I love you guys. I always visit the site.
This is Tyler Perry, and if you want the truth, a lot of blogs don't tell the truth. StraightFromTheA.com. That's what you check out.
Shaggy is in, bitch. Shaggy is in. Shaggy. These people don't like Michelle, but that's my that's my
Fuck them hoes. Ain't that right, Brandon?
That's right. Get into it.
Fight them hoes, Brandon.
Straight from the A. Where you from? I'm straight from the A. A-Town.
I like this band.
A-Town.
That's better.
What's going down? Straight from the A.
Hey.
Wait.
No, what you want to say?
Here we go.
Hey, I'm Dr. Heavenly, and this is Straight from the A.
And we're here at Heavenly